Attorney Mac Johns is with us. We've got Brent Sperlin and Alfred Blake, who serve on the fiscal court in Todd County. Where are you all? Right here together. And I've got City Council, Gene Jefferson, Doug Gibson, and Jimmy Scott, I think on the back row holding things down back there. And we've got Dr. Allen from Hopkinsville Community College. Where are you, Dr. Allen? Glad to have you over here. And he's going to be over here pretty soon for a groundbreaking for a new school that we're going to have out here that will support the Todd County organization as well as the Hopkinsville Community College. Judge Steve Tribble from Christian County. Steve goes to 3 or 4 things every day, and I'm glad he made this one of them. You know, and if he hadn't asked you to vote, I don't know why, because he usually does. Judge Alexander from Trigg County. Where are you, Judge? Over here, okay. Judge Newman from Muhlenberg County. All right, back here. And Mayor Dan Kemp, Hopkinsville City Mayor. You know, we had to have some things to happen here and had to have them happen quickly. Greg Meredith, with engineer of a state district that serves this area. Greg, in the back, we had a lot of help from you, and we appreciate you and the state government for taking care of some things that we had. From PAD, Jason Vincent, I saw you here, and others from PAD. You know, there's not many things that go on in the area that we're represented by PAD that they aren't present and not involved in. We appreciate the method that you go about making things happen, Jason. We have TVA, Mark Lindsay and Roxanne Fry. Where are you all? Roxanne, hold up your hand. I know you're not tall enough, so. We've got the media with us, and we're going to get good coverage from this. We've got Todd County Standard, WHOP, WKDZ. They're all here to support this endeavor. Scott Marshall from the mayor of Guthrie. Where are you, Scott? Right here. And we've got Joanne Holder, the mayor of Trenton, that's here. And if I didn't name your name and you don't want to be introduced, please raise your hand, and I think that I'll know who you are. We really want to give all these folks a round of applause. There's some key individuals that have been responsible for economic development and growth in this community, and I want to recognize the Todd County Industrial Foundation. John Wolf. Where are you, John? You know, when you get as old as I am, you forget everything. And but John is a leader for what's going on economic development-wise through the Industrial Foundation. And John, thanks for your leadership. I want all the rest of the people, please stand if you're a member of the Industrial Foundation, Todd County. Southwestern Kentucky Economic Development Council. Remember, that serves 3 counties, so if you're on that board, please stand at this time. And you know, we do a lot of things, and Governor, your folks are always so supportive to what we're trying to do. Corky Peak's been the guy that has helped us so much with the Kentucky Cabinet for Economic Development. Corky's here today. Where are you, Corky? Thanks for all your leadership and help in getting this. We're going to start with our podium folks, and they're going to bring greetings and talk to you about whatever they'd like to talk to you about. And first off, I'm going to start with State Representative Martha Jane King to introduce our main speaker. Representative King.
Thank you. It's a privilege and an honor to be here today. You know, it was last year. We were right down the road at Glass Doors, and you know, it's just these kind of events that make us all proud to know the teamwork that went into this. You just heard Eston introduce practically everybody out here, from the elected officials to the local officials and everybody else. But you know, people are so cynical today about how things can't happen and don't happen. Well, this isn't Washington, D.C. down here in Todd County, and this is proof today that everybody can and does work together to get what we need in our county. And I don't think I'd trade towns with them. I'll take Elkton over Washington any day of the week. But you know, many thanks go out to everybody, and it does take that bipartisanship to have things happen in our counties. I always say Todd County and Logan County, you know, we have to be better, we have to be more together to get these things accomplished. So I am very proud to be here. And I have the distinct honor of introducing our guest speaker, the gentleman sitting behind me, who I was very proud to serve with as a state representative. Governor Beshear came in 2007, and I have learned to appreciate his management ability as he's worked through the most difficult economic times in our country. He has brought Kentucky forward, balanced that budget 15 times. There's not too many things that I could say that aren't admirable about our governor, and it's every day he proves it by being out here, by being in our communities, by helping all of us. I know Senator Westerfield and I both appreciate him helping us to help you all. And as a personal friend, I appreciate the governor and Miss Jane, but professionally, I know how Kentucky has been blessed to have Governor Steve Beshear at the helm of this state. And without further ado, Governor Beshear, please come forward.
Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, let me say that it's great to be back home, to get back to Western Kentucky. Most of you all know I was born and raised not too far up the road in Dawson Springs over in Hopkins County. So anytime I can get out of Frankfort and get back home, it's a good day. Also, I want to tell the custom cooler folks what a typical summer West Kentucky day this is. I mean, we always have 70-degree weather in the middle of July and early August. But it is a great day. It's an exciting day. As happy as I always am to get to Western Kentucky, I'll tell you, Todd County holds a special place in the hearts of the Steve Beshear family. For one reason, there wouldn't be, perhaps, a Steve Beshear family if my wife Jane's father and mother didn't work here as young people and meet here and fall in love here, and they got married, and now I got the first lady as a result. I got 2 great sons, and now I got 3 grandchildren. So Todd County is a great place. My father-in-law was a county agent here in Todd County years ago. My mother-in-law was a home extension agent, and here is where they met. So Todd County does have a special place in our hearts. And Jane said to tell all of you hello. You know, it's also exciting, and I know the folks at Custom Cooler, all they got to do is look here, and we've got about half the town already turned out here, because people are excited. And they have a right to be excited, because when we welcome a company like Custom Cooler to Todd County and to Elkton, that is a big event. It's a big event for any community. It's a great event for this community. You know, back last Friday, we received some great news here in Kentucky. According to the Federal Reserve Bank in Philadelphia, that's the place where they measure wages, they measure unemployment rates, and they measure payrolls. And they put out a report periodically, and this report said that Kentucky's economic activity reached an all-time high in the month of June. Based on that index, Kentucky has now recovered and exceeded the state's economic losses suffered during the Great Recession that we all experienced about 3 or 4 years ago. And events like what is going on here today in Todd County are the reason that our momentum continues to accelerate. As the name suggests, Custom Cooler manufactures custom walk-in coolers and freezers and freezer doors. They began in California in 2006, and they now serve more than 300 domestic and international customers in the food industry. Folks, this is the second manufacturing facility in the entire United States for this company, and they chose to be right here in Todd County. This is exactly the type of company that we want to attract to Kentucky and we want to grow in Kentucky. Folks, these people are investing $5.8 million in you, in your community. Now that ought to make you proud, and it should make you proud, because they just didn't pick this place by happenstance. They picked it because they felt it was the very best location in the entire United States to locate this manufacturing facility. So they're investing $5.8 million. If there is one figure connected with this event that I like even more than that $5.8 million figure, it's the fact that in the course of making this investment, they're going to create 75 new full-time jobs, good-paying jobs, right here in Elkton and Todd County. Now that is really cause to celebrate. You know, it's kind of easy for me to stand up here and say 75 jobs. That number rolls off my lips pretty easily. But you know, when you stop and think about what that really means, that's 75 Kentucky families. That's 75 families who tonight can lay their heads down on their pillows with a little more confidence that they'll be able to make a good living for their families. They'll be able to keep a roof over their head and food on the table, send their kids to school, so that those kids can grow up and experience the same great quality of life that we are experiencing here in West Kentucky right now. I want to congratulate all the executives from Custom Cooler and thank them for creating these jobs and making this investment and choosing the Commonwealth and choosing Todd County and choosing Elkton as their place to do business and ship their products all around the world. I want to especially acknowledge a fellow who has a great first name, just like me, Steve. His name is Steve Lee. He's the company president and CEO. Let's give him a round of applause. Steve, thank you. You met Ray Tolcher, vice president and general manager, Howard Saunders, head of Kentucky operations. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you. Now, as I mentioned, these folks looked around. Y'all just didn't win the lottery. They looked around. They looked at places to try to find the very best place. And so we kind of prodded them along a little bit. We've got a program called the Kentucky